Hey guys, I hope you well. The situation in Syria is getting really bad. Watch this video. Watch this video. So I did share this video on TikTok recently. These are thousands of Syrian Alawites, okay, which are seeking refuge in the Russian naval base, basically in Latakia. So the airbase has effectively turned into an open air refugee camp, as the publication says, with around 8,000 Syrians seeking shelter and more expected to arrive. Okay, so it's nuts what's going on right now. What happened is this: you have certain individual that instigated a rebellion in the provinces of Tartus and Latakia in Syria, which is where these Russian naval bases are based. Okay, the HTS terrorist group, which is pretty much in charge of the Syrian government now, they didn't attack the Russians. They kind of reached an agreement with them that they would not attack, but the Russians will not get out of that base. All right. So some groups, like the remnants, as they call them, of the previous Syrian army, the one of Bashar al-Assad, they've decided to start attacking the HTS terrorist groups that they were present in these regions. Okay, now these guys have control over the government now, and then you have these remnants from the Syrian army going ahead and attacking them and unaliving at least 14 of them in the city. Okay, with the same name as the region. So after this happened, these terrorists, HTS terrorists that are in control of the government, they did say that they will come down and they will unalive basically all the Alawites that did this. And effectively they did. They also unalive Christians. They unalive individuals that are also Sunni, okay, just like them. It's just gone crazy. I did share loads of videos regarding this situation, showing you what these individuals are doing. These are crimes, continuous crimes against humanity. We've seen mass graves, as you can see here, mass graves of people. They have been moving through the streets, just shooting anyone in a specific neighborhood, okay, because they are Alawites, which used to be or is the kind of Muslim, how you can call this though. As you have Sunnis and you have Shias, you also have Alawites. Okay, some people call it a sect, but these are dominants in the coastal regions, and this is where the previous president of Syria came from, Bashar al-Assad. Okay, so someone instigated this, some kind of revolution, knowing what is going to happen. This is why I am not 100% sure that this was done by remnants of the Syrian army, or if this was done by the HTS in order to justify what they did after. These Alawites have been living under a lot of pressure from the new government, and a lot of pressure and repression from the new government, and they were tired of it, and they used this opportunity to attack these individuals and trying to push them out, because they heard of a revolution of many ex-former soldiers creating these groups in order to attack the new Syrian administration. Okay, so as you can see here, you have armed groups that they were aligned with the new Syrian government that have killed, they have unalived 300 civilians in only 2 days. 300, okay, and this is according to a human rights organization that you can see, as you can see here. Okay, this was the UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. Most of the civilians that they were unalive, they were Alawites. Okay, there's quite a lot of graphic content here that you can see if you go into Telegram. So look at this video here. This is Muqtak Fatiha, which is the leader of the Coastal Shield Brigade. This is how they're calling themselves. Okay, these rebels against the current Syrian army, and they did threaten this organization. Okay, and they did ambush as well some of the members, some of the convoys, they unalive many of them. Okay, And this has led to what's happening today. Although they are unaliving civilians, okay, these coastal shield brigade, although the new Syrian administration is unaliving civilians in these coastal regions, this new brigade, they're also ambushing the convoys that they're sending towards it. At the same time, in the south, the new Syrian administration, they also have to deal with another rebellion. Similarly, in the eastern part of the country, they have to deal with the Kurds, okay, that they have control over those territories, and they keep attacking the new administration. So as you can see, the new administration is stretching too much. It's stretching too much, okay. They are supported by Turkey, 100%. The Turkish are providing them with weapons, they provide them with intelligence as well, okay? And they're allowing this mass ethnic cleansing to take place in the coastal regions. So it's just nuts what's going on today. You don't have many Western media showing this, criticizing this. They are really, really bad videos showing them how they're mocking the Alawites. They make them go on their knees. They run on top of one. They're basically riding one of them, and human being riding another human being, mocking them, making them walk on the road basically. Then analyzing many of them, hundreds of them, and showing them like it's fun for them. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm not sure if this was done on purpose by the new Syrian administration to trigger what happened and justify under their own logic, justify what they're doing against the Alawites, the Christian, and other community in the coastal regions today. So many have found refuge in the Russian shipyards, okay, and so far they're protecting them. So this is gonna create a new wave of refugees to neighboring countries and also to Turkey or whatever European countries, because what they're doing is just incredible. It's something that living in the world in which we live today, there are images that we shouldn't be seeing, but obviously they're taking place. Now, let's see what happened now that the Biden administration have left power, and many of these groups that are supported by Turkey were kind of left to do whatever they wanted to do because it geopolitically or geostrategically did support the US policy in Syria, okay? Now that you have Trump in power, let's see what's going to happen, because Trump has ties with Israel, which is pretty much they don't support it, but somehow they're benefiting from what is happening in the current government in Syria now, and they're also against Iran. And the fact that the new government in Syria is preventing the supply of weapons from Iran to the Hezbollah group in Lebanon. Okay, so watch this space because things are getting really bad, not just for the Alawite and the Christian population in the coastal regions in Syria, but also for the current government in Syria, which is facing attacks from multiple fronts from different organizations, including the escalates. I'm not going to mention the name, which are actively now attacking the new administration. So as I told you before, it seems like Syria is going through the path of balkanization, through the path of division, through the path of complete destruction of the nation and complete failure, which is already a failure. But as you can see, the removal of Bashar al-Assad led to all this. And we will see what happened, because we might have a similar situation as the one we see in Somalia, as the one we see in Libya, and in many other countries. So I hope you like this video. Please like it, please share it, please bookmark it, and as always, I'll continue informing you.